Senator Cory Booker says legalizing marijuana is the answer to New Jersey's drug problem.
This drug war has done so much to destroy, undermine, sabotage families, communities, neighborhoods, cities. It has hurt our country, and it's actually made us less safe.
But others say
our kids need a solid education, not a pot lollipop.
That's Kevin Sabet, the CEO of SAM, standing for Smart Approaches to Marijuana, the same company behind this. An ad circulating New Jersey that says legalizing marijuana will only hurt minorities and empower the rich. It cites research out of states where marijuana is legal, like Colorado, where marijuana possession arrests for Hispanic and blacks have risen by 29% and 58%.
And this legislation that Senator Booker has introduced is irresponsible because it puts our most vulnerable people at risk just for the mighty dollar.
I reached out to Senator Booker about his take on Sam's opposition, to which he says keeping the status quo is just another way of advocating for a system continuing to arrest blacks, Latinos, and the poor at a highly disproportionate rate. Senator Booker adds, quote, "You don't need to support marijuana use to know that prohibition isn't working and is making our justice system far less just." For Chasing News, I'm Diana Blass.
Thank you, Diana. All right, guys, you heard what Diana had to say. Let me ask you, John, is it a fair assessment to say that, look, this is going to unfairly and be potentially damaging to the black community in New Jersey?
Well,
elsewhere.
There's mixed emotions about this issue, but I look at it from the standpoint when the Kennedys were peddling alcohol, it was illegal. They leveraged the alcohol business to create an enormous wealth, prominence, and it transformed their lives for generations to come. Many in the African American community see this as a potential economic opportunity. The fact of the matter is that marijuana is going to become legal in the state of New Jersey, and we have to figure out where we want to be in terms of the business side of it.
Jeanette, what do you think? I mean, is this Cory Booker, again, grabbing a headline at the expense of his own community that he just doesn't care about?
I think this is absolutely terrible public health policy, Bill. I've said this before. We're in the middle of an opioid crisis in this country. How can we start saying, oh, well, let's legalize this Schedule II narcotic? I think it makes absolutely no sense. If he wants to change the penalties and decriminalize marijuana, I think that's a start. But legalizing marijuana only hurts minorities, it only hurts our children, and it only worsens the drug crisis.
Do you agree with that? And is Cory Booker being consistent with it being about headlines for him and not necessarily
Opioids have been a part of the African American community for years. Marijuana has been a part of the African community for years. What we need to talk about is real reform, decriminalizing. There are people right now sitting in jail as we speak right now for charges of marijuana. It's already affecting our communities. We are going to have legalization of marijuana in 2018, and African Americans will have a seat at the table, both legislatively, business-wise.
All right, I got to leave it there. John, thank you very much. Great to see you. We'll certainly have you back. Jeanette, always good to see you. And Jamel, thank you, guys. All right, here is a look at your weather.